The traffic around this town is terrible. I can't seem to get anywhere. I just have to walk. As you can see behind me right now, it's gridlock. Total gridlock. Gridlock, gridlock. You can even see the vehicles disappearing.
Alright, welcome back to Cities Skylines 2 with the boy Chill Vibes. First of all, I want to say thank you to everybody that has been watching the videos. And if I can ask of one thing, is that if you enjoy the content and you like what you see, a subscription. Just hit the subscribe button and of course leave a like video. It makes me feel and know that what I'm doing is appreciated and not just talking to myself into the void. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're gonna be fixing, or at least trying to fix, the new, trying to fix traffic and solve our public transportation option. Hopefully you've seen that little intro that I did, which, I'm trying new things to make sure I grab my audience attention, but I'm going to be focusing on public transportation this episode mainly. I have absolutely no idea how to start, but we're going to jump right into it. We're going to be redoing our tram line, which is only one at the moment, and it's not a big line, but it's prominent. Let me see if I can bring it up. So it goes around here. It's highlighted, so it goes around there, as you can see, but I don't know if that's the right area, and I'm not sure how trams are supposed to work in this game. It's a little complicated, so we're gonna try to figure that out, and of course add more buses, because there's absolutely no bus options throughout our city. And then we're going to work on the subway, which is something that I want to see, and also implement an above ground area. I think I might actually repurpose this overground train line, turn it into an above ground with an underground area for the train to go over to cross the bay. This bridge already has a train line, so I don't think it would make sense to have another train line go over there, at least not right now. Then I'm just gonna try to fix problems around the city. So yeah, our city is strained by the limited public transportation option, and we're gonna solve that today. So I'm probably gonna jump into a time lapse, try to figure out something and see what works, what doesn't work. But as always, thank you, and I'll see you in the next part. Alright, welcome back. So as you can see, we implemented a new tram turnaround point. I forgot what they're called. Tram junction for boarding and disembarking, and made 3 new tram lines. So they go around the city in various areas. You can see on the thing. We have 2 that's a loop and 1 that's like A and B. So hopefully these help traffic, but this road especially is very busy right now. We do have 4 lanes across, so hopefully that helps. But in the time lapse, we destroyed a few housing areas to make room for this, so we'll be fixing this area a little later. But for now, I want to tackle the train station, the subway. I don't know if I want to actually do that because that's some mad work and I don't want to do it, but maybe we can do some buses. And while we figure out what the hell we want to do, we do have these like tram stops. That came with one of these packs, but they don't sit correctly on the road because this is a custom road, so I'm not gonna do that right now, which is fine. We could put these somewhere else. Alright, we did make this a road, which is gonna be a mistake because this is gonna be a very busy travel road, as you can already see. Hopefully it's not like that. And I probably have to make some parts of it 4 lanes of traffic. But I honestly don't think that, you know, people should be driving here. But it's one of the only ways to get across the city other than this bridge and that underground path. I also did make this pedestrian only bridge for trams and pedestrians, to another way to get across the city. We'll see how long this one holds up, because I might just take it out in favor of the pedestrian bridge and switch them. We can already see that this has a lot of traffic coming in. All right, buses. So we have a bus station right here that used to be very used right now. It only has one bus route, which is unfortunate because it only goes out here. But we can make some internal bus routes that brings people around the city. So let's bring out the EU bus stop shelter. And for the bus routes, I'm thinking they go like this way. So around the city instead of going above. And maybe with the trams, we don't need them right now. Because as you can see, there's a lot of public transportation option on the roads right now, especially taxis. And it might be too much low-key. I don't know. But I'm gonna let the simulation run a little bit to see if traffic clears up. Alright, I'm gonna make this a 4-lane road. Cause this one is busy. It's clearly 4 lanes, but I'll allow it. Alright, so that's gonna free up some space for people to walk on. These trees are on the sidewalk and they need to be removed. I'll plant some new ones later. But this is not a beautification episode, this is a public transportation episode. For some of these roads, like, I wish the traffic would utilize the outermost lane. What I could do, which I think I already have, is bring the tram on the out lane, 2-lane. No, I don't know. That seems to be working already, so that's good. But my gosh, look at this traffic. All right, let's figure out the subway. So on this other side of the city, which still needs work, and we have a small town out here, which I'm very proud of. This is like an English suburb, which is going to be the suburb of the main city that's going to encompass this whole area. We have a tram depot that's not connected. Now this is big, it's huge, and it might be unnecessary because we do have smaller ones, but this only has 6 vehicles. The subway yard has 10, right? So size. For aesthetic, this one would probably be better, but I'd have to do a lot of groundwork and whatnot. What's possible is, like, I have no idea where I could even take it, but let's just do it instead of sitting here and talking. All right, welcome back. So we've connected the subway yard with the main areas, and I just briefly, basically, where's underground, brought the connection underground, but this side of the subway is gonna be above ground and then dip back down somewhere around here, with the other above ground part going probably following this highway and to service some other above ground part. But I just briefly connected the subway underground to see if my haphazardly subway connection would work. I just want to get the subways going, and we're just gonna do right that. I still haven't, man, understand how the new subway mechanics work. So if I don't do something right, I hope I'm forgiven. It took me a while to understand City Skylines 1 transportation options too, and it's gonna take me a while to understand this one. Okay, where's this one? I also would like some way we could turn off some of these options. Wait, I think, can I? Wait, I want to turn off taxis. Okay, I'm gonna turn that off. I'm gonna keep that on, but I would like to. I would like an overlay that's better, because this one sucks. Oh, we need to connect those. This station. Oh, I apologize for that. There's just too much overlays, and it becomes annoying, especially when you want to build and you can't see. It shouldn't be that hard and annoying. I don't know. All right, we have a subway. We have a subway. It's not good at all, but I just wanted to get something going. And honestly, I really, I'm not a fan of the how it works. I'd much rather be building and detailing, but that's fine. So we have a subway, and I'm gonna continue to let traffic goes. There's a lot more traffic, but it should figure itself out. Probably will change this area to pedestrian only again, because there's just too much traffic using it. Let's see, this one is nice. This one is busy as hell. That's good. This road is busy. This road is always busy, but it's becoming lighter. All right, and this one is busy again. I think these are just gonna always be busy. Let me see if this is working. Actually, one thing I do want to adjust is the number of trains on the line. So we have 4 there. I think I'm gonna turn it down to 3, because some of them do share the same tracks. What's on that's tramline 1. 6, I'm gonna make 4, just so they don't start clogging up the area too. All right. There's a lot of traffic coming from this area. coming up and going either way, but this is a very busy area. And besides this part, there's no other way to get across the city than, you know, following these roads, which leads me to the next thing, which I'm gonna but I think I'm gonna add traffic on this lane. Make it a small 4-lane. Yeah, I'm gonna add traffic here because the people need another way, and so that's gonna give them the option to walk, bike, and drive across. And hopefully people start coming up this side too, which would relieve this intersection and this part. Oh, we have a fire. Alright, before I end this episode, hopefully it's not a long episode like the other ones, I'm gonna rebuild this section of the area with some commercial. I'm not sure if mixed residential density gets affected by the noise, but we're just gonna put commercial on this main street. Oh wait, I didn't even look at the subway. I want to see a train. Where's the train station? Is it getting used? Okay, so people are going underground for it. Let's see how many trains are on. So 3 trains, that's not bad. 10 stops. Let's see, where's the train right now? Okay, so it's underground. Where is this stop? This stop is by the parking garage. This is a good stop. I think with the length of how it is, I'm gonna add, of course, jack up ticket prices. Add 1 more train. Honestly, don't want to see. There's too many taxis, so I'm gonna have taxis turned off. Like, we could see them, they're bright yellow, so no more taxis. What are these? Tram. Maybe we can turn off the trams. I'm gonna keep the tracks. No, I'm gonna keep that on, but turn off the stations? No, that's fine. Alright, so the subway's working. That's cool. Let's go back over here and then we're gonna close out the episode. I'm noticing that sometimes my short videos do well, or sometimes it's a long one. It's never really consistent, but what I am noticing is that consistency with the upload does great. Let's see if we can add some European commercial buildings. Oh no, that's too big. Let me get 3, maybe 3 deep. Let me get a 2 wide, 3 deep. Maybe a 3 deep. We don't have nothing like that. Alright, so 4 deep. I don't want too many tall buildings. And then I'm gonna get a mixed density right there. So you can tell that this is a new development, and that's what I'm gonna do for the most part with these areas. So let's see, they get all occupied because it's crazy demand right now. And I am gonna plop a nice French looking residential building. I'm sure I could find like something like these ones. What the hell? Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit, let me get a picture. Oh shit. Let me get a screenshot. Oh shit. I've never really... This is a crazy fire. Where's the fire department? Bro, we don't have any fire department. We have one in the... Well, 2. But this one should be enough. Why aren't they... They got 8 vehicles. Go, bro. We got a big ass fire and nobody's going to attend to it. That's crazy. Wow. Well, if that burns down, we have a new development. Alright, that's it. I'll see you in the next episode.